Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Well, we've got a sea of red as I record this video anyway. Market's down a little bit, so people capitulating, some people freaking out, and I want to issue a warning here. Today I've been seeing from a ton of analysts acknowledgement that in the very short term we could see a notable drop for the entire crypto asset class, led specifically by Bitcoin. This does not mean that the sky is falling. This does not mean that we're suddenly actually in a bear market, not according to the analysts that I follow, but I do want to warn you that they are saying there's a reasonable chance it could happen, so that if it does occur, perhaps you'll not be as freaked out. So I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold, but I am saying whatever you want to do, maybe take the emotion out of it and just being aware that the chart structure indicates something like this could happen. Like just having the knowledge, I always find, can help. So if it comes, it comes, and it's not necessarily in the world. Consider this though, and I want to highlight this as well. There's every indication on the planet, if you just look at the data, which is publicly available, I'm going to share it with you, that while everybody's been freaking out since Bitcoin crashed on, I think it was May 19th, while everybody's been freaking out, losing their ever-loving minds, the big money, the smart money, the whales, they've just been purchasing more. While everybody else is capitulating, selling Bitcoin at around $30,000. And this is the same thing. It's true of Ethereum. It's true of XRP. Pick your cryptocurrency because the market moves in tandem. The people that are in the know, that don't let emotions or don't use emotions to dictate what they're going to do in terms of buying, selling, holding, they're accumulating. So just be aware. If you're selling, you might want to be asking, who is it that's buying from me right now, and why is this happening? I do want to be clear, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes making YouTube videos as a fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and crypto. But that's all that's going on here, damn it. As I record this, XRP is down to 88 cents. Down 88 cents. I'll tell you what, March of last year, when XRP was at 11 cents, if I knew a year later I'd be able to say that XRP was down to 88 cents, I'd be ecstatic. So it's everything's relative, right? But Bitcoin's at $33,970. Market cap for the asset class, 1.56 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance actually decreasing right now. And by the way, this just popped in my head. I was watching something from the blockchain backer, and one of the things that he noted was what you saw here, because Bitcoin dominance was sliding, right? I mean, it was in like the upper 30-something% region. I can't remember if it was like 38, 39%. And then the crash happened on, again, I believe May 19th. And as things started to recover a bit, we saw Bitcoin dominance climb. And one of the things that he highlighted in his video is that this is actually exactly what happened last time. So from a time and chart structure perspective, we're almost back to the point where, if history repeats, you're going to see a continued decline in Bitcoin dominance. And really, even the last several days, I mean, if you look at the chart over here, like it has been decreasing. And so really, to me, that's just an inevitability because money's going to trickle down through the market just like it has every other time. And this market will not be over. I believe the bull market won't be over until all of the altcoins start popping up. That's going to be the strongest indicator on the planet that it might be a good time to exit, perhaps. So for me anyway, like that is something that I'll be looking for, and it's still coming. Now in the short term, what price level to look at for XRP? Well, Credible Crypto chart analyst here warned his 212,000 followers that XRP in the short term might be looking at closer to 80 cents if we do end up seeing this drop here. And again, so this is not to scare people. This is really more so to just fair warning. This is potentially what's in the cards here, but it doesn't matter. Again, we're in a bull market. Pullbacks happen in bull markets, and this would be no exception here. And so let's talk about who's buying here. I want to cover this piece from the Daily Huddle. Are Bitcoin whales buying? Crypto analytics firm Sentiment weighs in on state of Bitcoin market. Crypto analytics firm Sentiment is tracking Bitcoin whale behavior following the sell-off that drove the price of Bitcoin to around $30,000 last month. Sentiment unveils that large crypto holders are buying Bitcoin even as the digital asset fails to reclaim the $40,000 level. The firm says that Bitcoin whales recently bought tens of thousands of Bitcoin worth nearly $2 billion. And here's a quote. Bitcoin continues to range in the $37,000 to $39,000 range, but whales are accumulating behind the scenes. Addresses with 100 to 10,000 Bitcoin have added 50,000 total Bitcoin to their wallets, or $1.95 billion. And so consider this is true for XRP as well. I didn't pull it up for the sake of this video, but I've been highlighting lately, like the amount of XRP accounts, brand new accounts that have been being created is insane. So that's one fun metric to look at here. But just don't forget, even outside of the specific XRP metrics, like the market moves in tandem anyway, right? It absolutely does. This behavior is not unique specifically to Bitcoin, which is why I wanted to highlight this here. And plus, on top of that, even if you thought this was unique to Bitcoin, this sort of accumulation right here, well, even if for some reason you didn't believe that was happening with XRP, which is not the case, the market still moves together. So if Bitcoin's going to rocket up higher, which ultimately I personally believe that it will based on what I'm seeing from all sorts of analysts and the data that I'm looking at, well, yeah. What we think XRP is never going to hit its all-time high again. Does anybody actually believe that? Come on. Anyways, crypto whales continue to accumulate Bitcoin during the market downturn. Sentiment says that smaller investors are selling their Bitcoin holdings. Well, yeah, look at that. Which is why I keep highlighting this, especially if you're new to crypto. Please make yourself aware of this. You can do whatever you want. If you want to panic sell, you go right on ahead and do it. Uncle Moon Lambo ain't going to stop you, right? You do whatever you want to do, whatever you feel is right. But I'm warning you that data shows this is how small, inexperienced investors treat their money. This is how they treat their investments. They FOMO and they panic sell. There's plenty of data on this. This is not how sophisticated investors behave. They simply don't. And so here's another quote. Bitcoin whale addresses holding 1,000 plus Bitcoin are back to holding 7.88 million tokens. This is the largest amount of Bitcoin held by whales since March 14th. This coincides with just, check this out, 2.65 million Bitcoin held by addresses with 10 or less Bitcoin, their smallest amount in 6 months. So what do you know? The smallest Bitcoins accounts out there decreasing holdings, the largest accounts increasing holdings. All right, so now into this from the Daily Huddle. Here's when big Bitcoin bear trap ends, according to crypto trader Tyler Swope. And listen up here, because I'll highlight too. I only pulled up so many quotes, but I do have a couple tweets I can share with you that are echoing the same thing that's covered in this article. It's just this idea that we really there's a very probable chance perhaps that we're going to see much lower prices for Bitcoin. When I say much lower, I mean, you're talking about like this $30,000 level. Some think lower though, so it just kind of depends on which analyst you're talking about here. But let me just run through this real quick so you can kind of get the gist of what might be reasonable to expect here. Crypto analyst and influencer Tyler Swope is issuing his thoughts on the latest Bitcoin crash and when the turbulent price action will end. In his latest strategy session, Swope tells his 250,000 YouTube subscribers that Bitcoin will likely set up one last bear trap before resuming its upward trajectory. The flagship cryptocurrency is struggling to recover the $40,000 level after dipping down to $30,000 in late May. Now, Swope believes that the asset may be due for one more rejection at $40,000 as Elon Musk continues to issue cryptic tweets related to Bitcoin. And here's a quote. We've kind of hit the top of $40,000 twice. We've retested it and we got rejected twice, so I think after that second rejection, we may have another third one. Soon we're going to have our final dip down. It's going to be the final little bear play, and this Elon tweet stuff was all part of it. That's the end of the quote. Now, Swope goes on so far as to name the date on which he estimates Bitcoin will perform its final corrective move to $30,000, tricking traders into setting up large short positions and then making a recovery. And so check out this quote. I said this last week. I said June 13th, 2021 is going to be the end of the bear trap, and we're probably going to touch $30,000 again. So we're around $36,000 right now. We're probably going to retouch around $30,000 or slightly below that or slightly above that just to get those would-be bears that would be setting up some serious short positions to get them to set up those positions. This is a bear trap. Right. And so, again, I just wanted to warn you if this actually does come, because you know that what that's going to mean for XRP price, too. XRP price would also plummet. It would all happen together, just like we saw on May 19th, right? It's just a matter of time. But this is why, like, I share my perspective because I've been holding XRP since November of 2017, and I've never sold a single XRP, not ever. I've been through 100% of the volatility that's occurred within the world of XRP for over 3.5 years. And so like all the new people coming in not knowing what the hell they're doing, they're seeing this little taste of volatility for the first time, and they can't handle it even the first time it hits, and they are out. And so if that's what you want to do, that's fine. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. And I keep repeating that for a reason. I'm just saying that people that have sufficient data and don't let emotions rule them don't behave like that. They frankly don't. And so my bet has been the same ever since the XRP bubble popped in early 2018, which is, and I did recognize too when it popped, I was like, okay. I thought to myself, it could be years before this comes back. I mean, you're talking about the biggest bubble in history for XRP and crypto popping. I thought, yeah, it could be a little bit of time before it comes back, but I was like, whatever. I'll just plan during the bear market, which is what I did. And then price got down to 55 cents or so, and I started buying, and I dollar cost average in as the price crashed lower to 40 cents and 30 cents and 25 cents. And I ultimately did purchase as low as 15 cents. That's the cheapest XRP I've ever bought after the bubble popped. And so my bet's been the same ever since the bubble popped, which is that at some unknown point in the future, and I still don't know when, the all-time high will be hit again, and we'll enter a new realm of price discovery. So that's my bet, and all the volatility that's scaring the hell out of everybody in between ain't phasing me. I'm just going to continue holding because it doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, these are all a bunch of traps. It's 3.5 years worth of traps I just went through that I didn't fall for. Like that's it. My bet and my calculus in deciding what I'm going to do for myself has not changed, period. So, and then it states here, Swope warns that the final dip may be so harsh that even veteran traders like himself will be doubting Bitcoin's ability to recover. However, traders should not be fooled by bearish sentiment, says Swope. And here's a final quote. They need some really bear sentiment to happen where it's even going to get people like me to be thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we are going down. If Bitcoin goes back down and touches $30,000, even I'm going to be biting my nails, even though I predicted this. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not predicting anything. And if that happens, I will not be freaking out in the least. I will just be kicking it Moon Lambo style, just doing a bunch of Moon Lambo stuff, whatever the hell that is. I don't know, making YouTube videos and being stupid. I don't know. Here's a chart analyst, Michael Vandepop. There are two scenarios here for Bitcoin. Number one, we hold at $34,000 and bounce back upwards, continuing the grind with a breakout above $40,000, squeezing shorts. Or two, we lose $34,000 and sweep the lows at $29,000 to $31,000 before reversing. Either way, the bottom seems to be close. Well, yeah, so technically, if your number one scenario plays out, then the bottom already happened. It happened weeks ago or whenever it was when Bitcoin did hit $30,000. But yeah, if it goes lower, fine, then we're still very close to the bottom. And either way, just another analyst here says, yeah, this might happen. He's not flipping out, and we're still in a bull market. We just are. Here's chart analyst Love Crypto wrote, Bitcoin, keep it simple. Either we bounce off, I'll make this, he's got a chart here, I'll make full screen in a sec, but he writes, either we bounce off this channel confirming the $29,000 bottom is in, or we fall into the channel and likely spend a few months ranging in the upper part of the channel, always zoom out. And so look, regardless of what happens, I'm having a good time. Like if you listening, if you want to lose your ever-loving mind and freak out about this, go right ahead and do it. You have my permission, you have my blessing, right? But I'm not gonna be like that. I'm just going to sit here completely chill and not worry about it and not timing markets and not worried about, oh my gosh, I could have sold it when it was much higher than bought much lower. That's a bad idea. Especially if you're in the United States, by the way. Don't forget this. You know, there are serious tax implications of getting in and out of positions like that, because if you hold crypto and you're in the United States, you hold crypto at least 1 year, then you're subject to long-term capital gains tax rate, which is 20%. But if you hold less than a year and you sell, then you're subject to the rates at whatever your tax bracket is, which could mean you're losing like 40 or 50% instead of just 20%. So the people that are trying to time the markets and buy their XRP a little bit cheaper, okay. If you're in the United States, though, and you're planning on having massive amounts of money, I'm just warning you, you're going to be in that top tax bracket, potentially. And then when you sell, you're not going to lose 20%, you're going to lose 40 or 50%, potentially. Think about that. I mean, because what if you actually do have seven figures worth of XRP? You know, buying your XRP those few pennies cheaper, even if you pull that off, which is a risk, even if you do, my gosh, you're gonna lose like extra hundreds of thousands of dollars. No, thank you. It's like I don't play those games, man. I'm not interested in the risk exposure, and then there's the tax implications. So I actually haven't purchased any XRP since October of last year, but it's my largest holding. It's my most favorite crypto that's out there, and I'm just gonna continue to be patient, and we will see what happens here. So again. Try to not flip out. Don't know for sure what's going to happen, but if we do see these lower prices, which may happen within the next week or so, maybe even within the next day or two, potentially, the sky is not falling. That is not necessarily what that means. So I'll wrap up there. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.